Here's the follow-up to my video I just made about the vaccine agenda, to vaccinate or not vaccinate. This carrying on more details about the massive voter fraud in Broward County, Florida. And I stated how these videos, there's a complete media blackout about this. One video only has 1,300 still. One video only has, after 3 days, or one day, this video has 1,300 views. This other video, after 3 days, has 1,600 views. So there's basically a media blackout about this. These are the only two videos on YouTube about this election fraud. I mean, this is crazy. InfoWars isn't even reporting on this. All day I've been following InfoWars. They have not reported on this. And this is Fox News breaking this story. I'm going to post the links to these videos, both of them. But no, we have massive voter fraud in Broward County, Florida, linked to ex-DNC chairwoman Desi Wasserman Schultz, who I think is working for the Democrats now. Employees of the Secretary of Elections were caught filling out absentee voter ballots. A former Secretary of Elections employee provided sworn testimony outlining that she was instructed to deliver absentee voter ballots and saw as many as 4 employees filling out absentee voter ballots. This is in Broward County, Florida's 23rd congressional district. Now, people are going to come up with excuses, always, two sides to every story, but there is no excuse for a poll worker to have a pen or pencil in their hand when they're reviewing absentee ballots. No poll worker should have a pen or pencil in their hand. It should not be looking like anything like they're filling out ballots. No, so I mean, there's no excuse, no cover, no other side to this story about this. We need to be screaming bloody murder about this. We need to spread this information far and wide. I'm going to share it to my social media networks, and y'all need to. Every single person watching this, we've got to make this go viral. I mean, enough is enough. This election is already illegitimate. It's already rigged. Between the media, it's been rigged, all right, with the media. Now we have official fraud, on record, by sworn affidavit. I mean, what are they going to do on election day? I mean, we have people who can control electronic voting machines. They can manipulate the votes by electronic voting machines. I mean, they did it with Trump in the primary. And in Arkansas, at least, there were more voters who voted for Ted Cruz than voted in the entire primary in 2012. I mean, that's fraud right there. No question about it. I mean, he still only, with that much election fraud, Cruz still managed to only barely beat Trump. But I mean, those numbers are illogical. It's completely irrational. So it's just amazing how this voter fraud, it never bends towards Republicans. It always favors Democrats, always. So, and if Trump, I stated this in my other video, but I'm going to reiterate it because it's the key. This is what needs to transpire if these Marxist tools steal the election on Tuesday. We need to, if Trump barely loses to Clinton, if he barely wins, we're fine. We're in the clear. We're going to put up with some flack from leftists, some bitter leftists, some George Soros funded Marxist tools, but we can handle them. I mean, well, Obama and Hillary or someone's probably going to stage a massive false flag attack and blame it on, the boogeyman in order to clamp down on us law-abiding citizens. But that's a different story. If Trump wins, if Hillary wins, that's where we need to put our foot down. We'll know it's fraud if Hillary ekes out a win, because we already know, judging by the momentum, the atmosphere, her crowds at rallies, the size of her crowds, she only gets a few hundred, maybe. She can't muster up a crowd of more than 1,000, even with celebrities out there endorsing her. But while Trump gets tens of thousands of people, he's got to turn away tens of thousands of people at his rallies. He turns away more people than Hillary can get at her rallies. So we know Trump's got the momentum, and his support is probably at least in the 60 percentile range. I mean, at least. Some people have it as high as some independent polling parties have it as high as 80%. And there's videos on YouTube that go into that, who have actually, one professional poller actually did it. William Mount. I'll post his video. He actually did independent polling. His father was an independent pollster who did polling for a living, and William learned how to do it, so he went and did it. Did like 50,000 phone calls or something between all 50 states, and sure enough, Trump's support was astronomical. It was huge. So we know all these different factors. Trump should win in a landslide, but he's probably not going to, and that's the problem. If Trump barely loses, we need to implement civil disobedience. We need to scream bloody murder, and fight, and we need to demand a recount with paper ballots only, tallied by state governments only. That's it, non-negotiable. Those are the terms. That's all we're going to accept. And I'm going to be blasting my state government, South Carolina, Nikki Haley, my governor, on her Facebook page. If Trump loses, I'm going to be screaming bloody murder for a recount. And everyone who listens to this needs to also. We need to uproot this corruption once and for all, and this is our opportunity. If it presents itself, we need to take it.